Hey, it's Clarice. I did some hot yoga this morning, so I'm feeling refreshed and ready to show you some behind the scenes of what the Amplify OT membership looks like. So, as you may know, I launched the Amplify OT membership. I've been working on this for quite a few months, and it is open for signups now through January all the way through February 3rd. So it's open for a very short time, but I wanted to show you a behind the scenes of what the website looks like. So let me see if I can figure out here. Do that. All right, so this is what it looks like when you log in. Welcome everyone, good to see you. So when someone logs in, once you've registered for your membership, it has this dashboard here initially. So you have like your account, courses. Oh, looks like I have your account listed twice. I'll need to fix that, and groups. One of my favorite features about the Amplify OT membership is that we have an activity feed, which is currently loading up. Since I'm logged in as an admin, it takes a little bit longer to load. But so it looks very similar to like a Facebook. So you have your latest updates here. It has an activity feed where anyone can post their updates. So if you have something going on, if you have a question, you can do that. You can also tag people in it. So like if you wanted to ask me a question, you're able to tag me. So I can see that it has your mentions, who you're following. So as you can see, again, looks very similar to like a Facebook. This is kind of an intro. I also have links to recent articles, so that automatically pulls in from Amplify OT. Hello. So you can see all the latest updates from like any blogs that I publish. Also a quick link to the podcast. And then we have groups. Another feature that I really like is the messaging feature. So you can actually message people, which I need to figure out why these are opening in new tabs. This is, again, also another really great way to send messages. So I get some DMs fairly frequently asking me questions about policy, asking me things that are going on, what's updates especially. I've gotten quite a few today with like the public health emergency ending in May. And while I do my best to answer social media questions, obviously that takes a fair amount of time. But I will be able to dedicate more of my time to Amplify OT members because this is my business. And so when you all are paying to gain access to me and access to everyone else. So it's really great. You can message me, you can message other people. Again, very similar to like a Facebook Messenger. It has like emojis and all sorts of that kind of stuff. So I really like that feature, especially if you have a more private question that you want to ask. So that's the messaging feature. Here in the profile, people can access anything that they need to. So you have, let's zoom in here, you have courses, groups, forums, messaging, your notifications, profile, connections, and then support is just like a contact page. So I want to show you the profile though, because so you have the ability to upload your photo, which I really like because I didn't have that on my other website. You also have ability to see your own timeline. So you can look at your timeline, you can look at courses that you're enrolled in. You can also manage your membership from here. So that's another thing that's really nice is that you have control over your membership. So you can edit, your information, your payment information. It also tells you your subscriptions, which I need to fix. Always find new things, so I'm looking through. So I obviously don't have any active subscriptions, and your payments. So it's really nice that you have control. You don't have to email me, and have an awkward interchange, because if you're like me, you will do anything to avoid having to contact a company. Totally understand that. So I wanted to make it super easy for you to be able to update any of your information that you want to here. So next, let's look at courses. And so this is the courses page. So with the Amplify OT membership, you have access to all of our Amplify OT courses, which includes Mastering OT Policy and Medicare, which is a course I put together this summer. It's a 5-module course that has all the information really that you need to know to get started in policy and advocacy and understanding how Medicare actually impacts your practice. Because I see a lot of misinformation on social media, a lot of misinformation on Facebook. For example, I had saw a question the other day of people asking about maintenance therapy, and it's great to be able to get responses, but a lot of them were like, yes, you can do maintenance therapy, but they don't provide any further context, and that's not really helpful, and you could find yourself in a sticky situation if you don't have access to the right information, and so again, I try and chime in when I'm able to, but I'm better able to do so here. And also if you have some resources that are there to help you find the own information. So I have a Start Here module, pretty basic, just kind of tells you how to navigate the course. This is for student programs, so it's the same course, but I call it the Adult Rehab Reimbursement course. This is Mastering OT Policy, so if you're a member, you'll see this, versus if your program purchased the program, then you get the other one. And then you have all of our webinars and CEUs down here. So not every course is worth a continuing education credit, but most of them are, where I issue you a certificate. And so I just want to treat patients. I don't want to worry about the money. This is from last year, the 2020 Medicare payment review. So includes things like the OTA payment differential, the OASIS, Section GG, how to submit an Inspire proposal, how to advocate, and every new ones that I put together will also go on here. But let's take a look at how the course looks on the inside. So I'm actually really excited about how it looks a lot better than it did on my other website. So once you pull it up, it shows you all of the lessons. So as you can see, this is the second module. So I have acute, long-term care, so LTACs, IRFs, SNFs, home health, outpatient, and hospice. And you would just click Start Course. And I also like that this website now has light and dark mode. So you can change it here. So light mode, you have a white background, versus dark mode, a little bit nicer on the eyes, especially if you're watching on your phone or it's dark at nighttime. All the videos are automatically embedded, so you just play them. And that's pretty straightforward. Within this course too, so you have access to, what's in the course as well as additional resources. And then I also include links to a handout. So every single module of Mastering OT Policy and Medicare has a handout that, as you can see, really comprehensive, and also always links to additional resources. So you can always go directly to the source, because that's really important to me, and I know it's important to all of you. So you just navigate through here, and then obviously each lesson has a quiz attached to it, because this one does issue a CE certificate. So I think as of right now, if you enrolled today, you'd be able to get 5, 6, 7, maybe 9 CE hours. I am not AOTA approved, but majority of states accept CEs that are related to occupational therapy, even if it's not AOTA approved. So that may be in the future, but full disclosure, getting AOTA approval is a very extensive process and costs like $600, and I just don't have the time nor the money for that right now. So that's kind of what the courses page looks like. I also have groups, and this is something I'm very excited about. So if you've ever been on Community, right, has forums. You can chat with each other. So these are our groups, and so currently these are just ones that I put together so far. SNF, home health, our student corner is for all of our student members, as well as our student, as well as programs that have purchased the Amplify OT membership for their students. So it's a really great way for students to kind of connect. And then we'll add in other ones like, let's say, add in inpatient rehab, and we'll see. It depends what the community wants. And that's the benefit of getting in now, is that you're part of a much smaller community, a more intimate community. So there's lots of opportunity for feedback and interaction and Q&As. And if there's a feature that you want, I can look into it and prioritize that. Hello. So this is what the groups look like. Pretty straightforward again, because this just launched a couple days ago, so there's not very many posts yet. But as you can see here, we have our feed. So similar here, you can post something within the group. Discussions, you can send messages to the group, invite your friends if they're a member. And then these are for me to manage the group. And so a discussion, pretty straightforward. It opens, so there's no discussions, but if you wanted a new discussion, you just click new discussion and type in your question, and then I'm going to be adding tags to make it more easy to navigate, but I'm waiting to kind of see how the conversations develop to make sure that the tags are appropriate. And then you can ask to notify via replies via email, and then you just post it. So pretty typical. So that's kind of what the website looks like. Like I said, I think it's got a lot of really great flexibilities. I love that we can share updates. This is my update from last night. announcing that the public health emergency is ending. So provided some additional context. People can like it or comment. I'm also linked, obviously, to the article that I posted last night on Amplify OT. So for people, I do my best to reply to emails, to reply to DMs, but I'll really be able to prioritize responses and DMs within the membership because that's how it works. And that's where I started this, is because I really wanted to build that sense of community and engagement so we can all be advocating and rising up together. So I will switch around. So like I said, the Amplify OT membership is open through February 3rd. So that's Friday. So it'll close like midnight Friday around that time, whenever I get around to closing the cart. I have monthly and annual options. I will tell you that the price that it's currently at is the lowest price it will be. So there's the benefit of not only being part of an intimate community, because this is our first launch, but also you lock in the lowest prices. And so even if I raise the price, like 3 months from now, 4 years from now, whatever it is, no matter how high the price gets, if you stay an active member, you keep that low price. So it can end up being a pretty good deal. So what I currently have it at now for monthly is $29 a month. So about the cost of going out to dinner. So it's $29 a month. Or if you do the annual plan, it's $290. So you get 2 months for free. I do plan to raise it in March. So I will not reopen the cart until March. And why prices go up is because there's just going to be more features. And so that's the nice thing. Again, you get access to all the features that there are now, as well as any resources, additional features that I continue to add as I respond to what the community wants, as I respond to what's needed, and as policy changes. Policy changes every day. I had no idea that the public health emergency would end in May, or that they'd announce it yesterday, but they did. And so job security for me, but also needs for you to be updated, because there's going to be a lot of misinformation, especially around this policy change, especially in home health. I can already hear the comments now. So this is a great way to get direct access from people who are, there's some really high quality practitioners that are in this group. Everyone's high quality, but so some people with lots of great experience who you're not just hearing from me, you're hearing from them as well, because it is a community. So you're getting a much more curated response than you might get in a very large Facebook group, because I can tell you that a lot of the responses I see are often partially correct or fully inaccurate, or just someone's best guess and doesn't provide someone with helpful information. So if you ask a question of, can I do X, Y, or Z, or my boss is telling me that I need to keep this patient on caseload, but I don't think that's appropriate, and someone just responds, yeah, you're right, that's not appropriate, that doesn't really help someone then go back to their boss and say, well, the Facebook group told me that it's not appropriate, so I'm not going to do it. You need some more evidence. You need something to back up your clinical reasoning. And that's the whole point of this membership, of this community, is so that we can talk through that clinical reasoning, can talk through the policy, can kind of discuss why it might be one way or another, because inherently policy is gray. You're never going to find a black and white answer about Medicare definitely covers this or it definitely doesn't cover that. It's always going to depend for every single patient, which is why you are a skilled clinician, which is why you are paid the way that you are, because you have to use that clinical judgment. You have to demonstrate that competency and understanding of the policies, of the regulations, because it's not just a simple little Medicare law. It's important to remember Medicare policies are federal law, so violating those policies is a violation of federal law, and I don't think we would be so willy-nilly about violating any other federal law than we tend to be around reimbursement and policy. So that's my pitch. AmplifyOT.com. You can go to amplifyot.com/membership. The URL for the membership, it's actually on a slightly different platform, is learn.amplifyot.com. So you can also go directly to that, and there will be buttons to sign up. So yeah, make sure to sign up today before February 3rd when the carts close. Lock in that low price, be part of an intimate community of passionate advocates about occupational therapy who want to be the change that they want to see in healthcare, and I know that you can do it because you are the expert on OT. All right, that's my background. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're having any difficulties, please let me know. There are always occasionally some glitches inherently when there are new things or new websites, so let me know if you're having any trouble, and I will see you in the membership. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to talk to you soon.